Greetings, this is Skyler Saunders saying, what's current? This is Drake's lawyer sends threat to Jay-Z regarding NFL halftime show, the Streisand Effect. They just call it the Streisand Effect. Um, and all of this kicking up dust that Drake has been doing. Salute, Hemp Lord. Salute. Get hype. Yeah. Salute, Hemp Lord. I appreciate you, sir. You're one of the people that give me money, so I appreciate you. So I'm gonna just go into what the Streisand Effect means. It dates back to 2003 with iconic singer and actress Barbara Streisand with a photo of her house that was on the cliff of the coastal landmass of California, and it became a big hype because it was what is going on with Drake right now. It was like she was trying to suppress the photo and not have it circulate, when the burgeoning, elements of the internet, different websites and things of that nature. But it blew up. It blew up in her face. She was totally taken off guard because the more she tried to hide it, the more she tried to bring it down, the bigger the want for it to be seen grew. So that's what is happening with Drake. He wanted to suppress the song they not like us, and it just it's blown up even more. It's 440% climb on different charts, Spotify, Apple Music, across the Billboard charts. It's really blowing up, and it's still going. Still going strong. So we have to really just look at that because Drake is trying his level best to do something that is impossible. He's trying to put the as we say, as the cliche goes, the toothpaste back into the tube. It's really, I mean, you can try it, but you can maybe even succeed at it, but it's very difficult. Once it's out, it's out. That's the end of it. So let's see, we have Jagger Allington. Did I say your name right? Is it Yager? Is it Jagger or Yager? Salute to you, sir, or maybe ma'am. I don't know. Yeah. So this is called the Streisand Effect. Drake sending notices, and they call it. Some people have called it lawsuits. Other people have called it petitions. They're really just petitions. They're not really fully lawsuits. I mean, they're legal documents. They're legal proceedings, but they're not explicit lawsuits. So, we use the term loosely as in a lawsuit, but they're petitions, and he's petitioning to see if he can possibly block Kendrick Lamar from performing "They Not Like Us" and from performing at all on the NFL Super Bowl halftime show, because he's already slated. Kendrick Lamar has been slated by Jay-Z because he has such a enormous year, and Jay-Z knows this. Jay-Z knows about people with big years. Like he said, there was DMX. I think it was either 97 and 98 or 98 and 99, something like that, and he had back-to-back #1 albums. He made a big splash. He was that man. He was that guy. 97 and 98 or 98 and 99, and that's why Jay-Z boycotted the Grammys. Because from what I understand, I could be wrong. Somebody say, "You stupid, Sky, you don't know what you're talking about." But that's what I understood. The reason why he boycotted the Grammys is because of DMX's influence over the culture. He had 2 #1 albums back to back, and he would go on to have a pretty successful career after that. But at that time period, he was all on his own. He was a reckoning force. So for Drake to be so adamant and so forceful, and trying to get on with these petitions and these legal terms, these law documents, these legal documents, it's really embarrassing. Really, it's really sad because he's worse than a sore loser. He's like, he lost, and he made his opponent even better. He made him even stronger because he made it more visible. That's the Streisand effect from Barbara Streisand, because she didn't really want to have an issue with anyone but the photographer. The photographer has, I think it's called 0805, photograph 0805. It didn't even have like a name to it. It just had a number. And she wanted to gather, those photos, and by, wanting to gather those photos, it just, blew up and blew up and blew up and got bigger and bigger. And she even, admits it in her book, and she says that, it went on to say that she had to pay $177,000 in legal fees that the photographer had. Like, it's crazy. Stuff like that just amazes me. But yeah, so it's the Barbra Streisand effect. It's the Streisand effect that that Drake is going through right now. He wants to. This is all conspiracism, but he wants to make sure that Jay-Z does not have Kendrick Lamar on his Super Bowl stage, because Jay-Z just signed a extended partnership with the NFL with Robert Goodell. So Drake has a way of showing that he is he's definitely inclined to be a just like a bum. He's a bum now. I'm sorry, but he can come out with 6 extra platinum plus albums, and he'll never be looked at the same. He'll never be looked at the same after this, because it's such a mess, such a deluge. It's like a flood of just disgustingness that he has perpetrated against the world, because he's a world hit artist, and Kendrick Lamar is a world artist. They're global superstars. They're both of them. But I think his light has diminished, considerably in the wake of his inability to recognize the truth and to recognize facts, recognize reality. He has that going against him. And he had, a way of showing that he didn't know what else to do except do a lawsuit. But it's not really a lawsuit. It's just a petition. But he wants to take legal action, allegedly, conspiratorially, conspiracistically, is that a word? Against Kendrick Lamar and the halftime show. So how's he going to do that? Well, I would imagine Drake is going to say, he had the hit song of the year. I know he was good, big and everything, but there's more artists. There's other artists that are out there. There's probably rock bands that can go up there. I mean, what is a rock band anyway? What is a rock band? Are there any more rock bands after 2020? The only one I can think of is Haim. That's the only the all-female group. I think they're all sisters. Haim is like, it just came out in the last 10 years, I think, something like that. Haim. Let me see. They came together 2007. So they're kind of old. Where are the new rock bands? You can have a rapper. They're like the Dozens. Anybody know about the Dozens? The Dozens originates to slavery, and especially in Louisiana, when there would be these slaves that had missing limbs, missing eyes, missing maybe they didn't have an ear or something like that, or they were too fat, or they had diabetes before people knew what diabetes was, I guess, or something like that. But they had all kinds of ailments or kind of afflictions or something like that. And the thing would happen is the other ones would go on each other and see how far they could go, and then to the point where they were talking about their mother, and that's when it really broke out, because it was like you probably got separated from your mother. So that's part of the Dozens. That's where you get the Dozens from. So why did I say that? They're on Rock Nation, which is amazing. Haim. I'm saying about the dime a dozen, yeah. So they would be sold for like a dime, which would be like $3 to $5 back in the 19th century, a dime. It's it's really sad to see, that it's really sad to see that there's no real rock groups around anymore. That's a sad thing. I know this is an aside, but I just had to point that out at least one time. I want to see a rock band that came out in 2022 or 2023 last year and blew up and top of the charts, everything. Because pop is going strong, hip hop and R&B. Well, R&B, what is R&B anymore? Because rappers are singing about selling fentanyl and Dracos and going after ops. So it's kind of weird having whatever they call it, melodic rap. So that's very interesting. But for Drake, I mean, look at him. He's got buku money. He's got too much. Now I'm not gonna say too much money because there's no such thing as having too much money. But he has a lot of money. He has a great deal of wealth. He has like $250 million. So he's not wanting for cash. He's not suing for money. He's suing for his reputation, which is ironic. This is the Streisand Effect. He's trying to sue for his reputation back, but every time he does a petition or something like this, or takes legal action, a conspiracism against Jay-Z, that's when everything goes to hell. That's when it all burns down. That's when everything gets worse. Is when he takes it upon himself to say, "Oh wait, no, hold on. I just wanted to say that my diss records were strong too, weren't they? Huh? Well, numbers don't lie. I'm trying to remember who said that. Numbers don't lie. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. I think it was Jay-Z. Some numbers do lie. That's bots. That's the illegal bots. And who is accustomed allegedly to bots? Drizzy, that's what it's like. So I have to look that up. Men lie, women lie. Yo Gotti had a song. Jay-Z had a reminder. Men lie, women lie, numbers don't. And a reminder off of Blueprint 3. So that's the reality of all of this. That's the truth behind this. This is the Streisand Effect. He was trying to regain his respect. He's trying to regain some kind of clout, I guess, that he had lost in the battle. If he had just lost the battle, took his L, and went back to Canada, or went to Calabasas, or wherever the hell New York, or wherever the timestamp for one of his songs was, he would have been straight. He would have been cool. We were like, you know what, Drake, you took that L. You took an L with Pusha T. Remember that? Oh, you took L's. Kendrick is a bigger artist than Pusha T, of course, but Pusha T is a great artist in his own right. But what I think is the truth is that Drake got scared. He got scared for his empire because he could lose money potentially. He could lose money if he comes out with albums and they don't sell the same way. He could be #1, but they may not sell the same way. They might not have the same sales. So that's the reality of this. And the Streisand Effect. Again, expecting one thing, expecting to get your favor, but in fact the opposite happens and it goes in their favor, and you totally expect, you put all your eggs in one basket, and you're risking everything. You're all in. You put all in, and then you lose, and you're like, oh man, I put in all my money. I put in everything I could. I put in all my effort and everything, but I still lost. And I got to shout a petition now. Forget that. And then the petition blows up even more. It blows it up even more. It's like you not only lost your money, but you got to pay to everybody else. You got to pay dividends to other people around the table. That's the facts. That's the reality. That's the truth. You know what else is the truth? LifeStrongApparel.com. LIFESTRONGAPPAREL. You can find raw, wild crafted sea moss, raw purple sea moss, Moss treats, LifeStrong sea moss gel, and even fitted gear for focused sports sets and snapback hats. So go to that website, and when you make your purchases, put in SKYLER10 Skyler10, and you get a 10% discount on all your purchases. So make sure you go to LifeStrongApparel.com. All right. Oh, let's see. What's this? Amy Lou Johnson. Hi, Amy Lou Johnson. I don't know what that emoji means. You have to say stuff in words for me. I'm stupid. I'm not up on the young kid stuff. I'm an old man sitting on the porch telling kids to get off my lawn. That's my mom's name. Okay, but what is the emoji? What does that emoji mean? What do you mean by that? I don't know what that means. But I appreciate you. I thank you for being here. I appreciate it. But that's the Streisand effect, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, guys and ghouls. That's the Streisand effect. When you want to cover up something, when you want to conceal something, and it just does the opposite. It gets more exposure. It gets more eyeballs and ears towards it. Every time, every opportunity that happens, that's the it's happened before. It happened, it's kind of like a back row. It's not a backronym, but it's like it's probably happened, I'm sure, in the past before the Streisand photo in 2003. This has happened, I'm sure, in other instances way before then. Let me make sure. Let me see. I'm just looking it up right now. They're showing stuff from afterwards. I noticed this happened before. This has happened, had to have happened before 2003. All right, so here's the exact, this is from Wikipedia. In November 2024, Canadian rapper Drake filed a lawsuit against, so it was a lawsuit, okay? It's a petition, it's a lawsuit, whatever you want. I don't know if they want to, split hairs, mince words, against Universal Music Group over the popular Kendrick Lamar song Not Like Us, which is a diss track against Drake. The lawsuit has been described by music industry insiders as having a Streisand effect, since in the wake of the lawsuit, the song's sales have increased by 440%. That's what I said earlier, and has also surged back up in several charts. So it's exactly right. That's exactly right. You try to hide something, you act like it's not that serious. It happened to Beyonce during the Super Bowl. Here we go. Here's a connection. The Super Bowl contained a photo of Beyonce making an unflattering pose. Her publicist contacted BuzzFeed. Is BuzzFeed even around anymore? I don't think so. And requested its removal. As an unintended side effect, the image became far more well-known across the internet and is frequently cited as an example of the Streisand effect. So BuzzFeed's still around, okay. So all this is to show how Drizzy is insecure. He wants that spot on the Super Bowl. Like I don't think he wanted it. He was kind of like acting like Jay-Z. Jay-Z was smart. He was like, I don't need the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl needs me. Let me say that again. I'm paraphrasing. Jay-Z said, I don't need the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl needs me. And he can have his wife go out twice and do the Super Bowl. But he never has done the Super Bowl. He's never performed for the Super Bowl. He's overseen Mary J. Blige, Eminem, 50 Cent, Dr. Dre, Kendrick Lamar, all do the Super Bowl. Was it Snoop Dogg too? I think it was Snoop too. I'm trying to remember. I believe it was Snoop Dogg as well. Not trying to forget anybody. But that's how serious all this is, because we're talking about different organizations as big as Universal Music Group. The label, which this could be the next social network. This could be something for Aaron Sorkin. I would love to see a movie about Drake's lawsuit with Kendrick Lamar as a Sorkinized, as a Sorkin Aaron Sorkin movie. He did The Social Network. He did A Few Good Men. He did American President. He did The Trial of the Chicago 7. He did a whole lot of different movies that deal a lot with legal proceedings and stuff like that. So that would be pretty cool if he did that. I would like to see that very much so, to give them the Sorkin treatment. His witty banter and his uncanny ear for language and the flow of it and the musicality of it. So I would love to see that. I'm at 0 people right now. So this is for you and rebroadcast land. I'm at 0 people. 0 viewers right now. I don't know what is it. The time is the title. I don't know what it is, but I'm still plowing forward. You know who else is plowing forward? My main man, Bayha Jackson. He is the original Doughboy. He was the actor on Boys in the Hood. He has fried chicken, near beer, or non-alcoholic beer, sardines on the grill, and he's talking about female strippers. So if you like any or all of those things, check him out. Go on to subscribe to his channel and tell him that the goofy guy SkySaunders sent you. Bayha Jackson. It's BeeJackson 5478 at YouTube.com. So it's just so sad, really. It's a sad shame. I'm not crying for him, but it's sad. It's a shame because Drizzy was that guy. He was untouchable for a lot of things. He was untouchable when Pusha T beat him. Took his whole life. He took his personal life. It wasn't just playing, like saying things. He was literally saying, look, you got a son and you're trying to hide that. Why are you trying to hide your son? And he blasted him. And he said, why are you trying to do this? What about your son? What are you doing? You need to admit to it. And so Drake was like, damn. Then he bounced back from that, had a #1 album, had singles out, had, still representing OVO. Say OVO, OVO. Now stab this way, stab this way, now stab that way, stab that way. I'm not trying to get a copyright strike myself, please. But that's all I'm saying from that song. That's all I'm going to do. So, Drizzy, he's in trouble. Drizzy's in serious trouble. Not financially, apparently. I mean, just if he has his publishing, and if he has his masters, I don't think he has his masters, to be honest with you. I don't think that Drake, no, he hasn't stated if he has his masters, but I don't think he does have them. He may have his publishing, and that could be still good. That'll sustain him. I mean, he can live off that even if he goes down to 100 million. He can still live off of his publishing. One Dance was a platinum, not a diamond record, excuse me. It was a diamond record. So he has a lot to look forward to in that way. I mean, financially, but respect-wise, it's not all about money. Money doesn't make you respect just because you have money. You make money, that's great. It's wonderful. You make money. If you have money, okay, good for you. That's whatever. But It's a shame, really. It's really a shame. It's really sad when you look at the tape. When you look at the scorecard and you see Drizzy's got this amount of hits on Kendrick Lamar, and Kendrick Lamar has all these different hits on him and combinations and things like that. So his boxing scorecard would just be abysmal compared to Kendrick Lamar. It would be a horrific mess. It would be a terrible, horrible, no good, very bad day for Drake. So as conspiracism, Drake telling Jay-Z's legal team to back up off of he's threatening to Jay-Z regarding the NFL halftime show. I mean, that's just part of reality. That's just the reality of it. That's just the truth. In a conspiracism way. It all points to that direction. Now we don't want to see bodies, or who wants to see bodies? Let's be honest. There's 2 people in this live. Whoever, if you want to see a body, type in a 1. Because everybody's going back and forth. The 90s was the biggest time, for Biggie and Tupac. That was big, and all these other rappers have been gunned down. Probably not for music, nothing to do with music. All street stuff mostly. Everyone from XXXTentacion to Young Dolph and so many more. PNB Rock. I can go on and on and on. But that's not. I don't think it was off of music. I think they had prior beefs. That's beef. That's beef. When you're getting shot at or shot down, that's beef. That's real. That's the true sense of the word, beef. So, Drake and Kendrick Lamar is not beef. It's a feud. It's a feud. There's a big difference. It's feud, tension, and or drama. And that's what they have. They have feud, tension, and drama. But that's all it is. It's not any beef. Beef is when you pull out the sticks. That's when you pull out the switches and the Dracos, and you start getting busy, dumping the steel, letting off the ooh-wops, blazing the blickies. That's what that means. That's beef. Drizzy signing a petition, writing up a petition to have the song They're Not Like Us not to be pulled from charts and streaming services. Come on now, that's not even it. And the threatened legal action against Jay-Z for his involvement in the NFL Super Bowl performance. Come on now. Come on, man. Like, really? You just can't be serious. Like, it's not even like something to be, serious about at all. You can't be serious about this kind of stuff. Can't be serious about this stuff. So, we have to really, examine all of these different ideals that go along with this. All this has to be brought up, before our very eyes and ears. And if you have eyes and ears, you might have to have Helen Keller. She could probably figure this out if she was still alive. But Jersey just, it's just a mess. This is a big mess. And he's not backing down. He's not backing down at all. And you know who else who doesn't back down? That is my friend Dot Focus. DOTFOCUS_. He is on YouTube. He has 86 subscribers. I want him to have 160 subscribers. I want him to have 1,006 subscribers. I want him to have 206 206,000 subscribers. Excuse me. He's a gaming wizard. Call of Duty, great with a rifle, great with a sniper rifle. A lot of fun. You get to enjoy the gameplay. It's first person shooter. I think that's what it is. First person shooter. It's been a long time since I played video games. And I only pick him up when it comes up on my screen. So I do appreciate him and everything he's done for me. So definitely check him out. DOTFOCUS_1_ on YouTube.com. Dot focus. All right, so we have Drake's lawyers sending threats to Jay-Z regarding NFL halftime show. That's a conspiracism, but it's very likely that it could happen. Very likely. Drake is definitely in his feelings. He is in his feelings. Hard body. Seriously in his feelings. Sincerely. Like, to the point of he's like about to cry, it seems. That's what it seems like to me. Like, you know what I mean? Like that, when they, like, back to the dozens, when they roast you or rank on you or, you know, call you out too much, you start feeling some type of way, you just be like, man, I'm about to go, man, you know what I'm saying? You get the sniffles because you feeling some type of way, and everybody's going at you, ah, ha, 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 ah, ha, 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 ah, ha, 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 ha. You know, people are going at you, and you don't even know how to deal with it. It's difficult. It's a difficult thing. It's a psychological thing. So that's the thing that's going on with Drake. It's a psychological thing. It's something with his head. He says, more tune for my head top, so watch how you speak of my name, you know? That's from Free Smoke, Free Smoke, Free Smoke, Free Smoke. He had Free Smoke, and he's getting the smoke. That's the thing. It's like, you know, like if he had like a blunt and he was smoking and he drew it in, or if he had a hookah or he was in a car and he tried to blow it out the window and the smoke just blows back in his face. That's exactly what happened. That's exactly what happened, because he had the motion of, you know, in the sensation I guess you get when you, I never had marijuana, but I guess you had the sensation of marijuana, so it felt good. But then he blew out the smoke and the window in the car's window was up, and it just blows back in his face. So that's what happened. It's the Streisand effect. That's exactly what the Streisand effect is. Your intentions are to suppress and to keep things under the lid. And the more you keep things under the lid and suppress things, the bigger the problem gets. It's amazing. It's a weird kind of effect. I'm sure it's going back to the early stages of humanity. Keziah, you do this all the time. We're about to fight. We're going to have to fight, Keziah. Because I'm about to get out of here in about less than 1 minute. A little bit more over. How you doing, girl? How you doing? Like a pressure cooker, exactly. How you doing, girl? I hope you're doing all right. I hope you're doing well. So it's Christmas time. We're officially in the holiday season. I hope you're doing well. I hope you get a lot of gifts. I hope you're giving a lot of gifts. Blessed and cold. How about you? Hey, I'm fortunate and cold. I like the cold season. I like the cold weather. It makes me focus. It makes me like, I gotta get on my grind. I gotta make sure I gotta do the right thing. I'm gonna be out in the cold, so I gotta make sure I do the right things. So I'll entertain you for the next few minutes until I see that you drop off or something like that. So I'm glad you're in here. Thank you for being in here. And if you feel so obliged, yeah, she said, brr. You feel so obliged, you can hit my Cash App, $SkylerSaunders1. So if you feel so obliged, or if you want my PayPal, my Venmo, PayPal is paypal.me/SkylerSaunders. And my Venmo is at SkylerizED. Nothing less than $10. That's right. Nothing less than $10. I mean, you can do, if you do 5, I'll be all right. I'll be cool. But if you want to ask a question, it's $10. But $5 is the minimum. $5 is the absolute minimum for any donations. So if you do $5, I'm not gonna be mad at you. I won't be mad at you. I'm just trying to be like Drizzy, trying to have $250 million. But with content creation. And that was funny and weird at the beginning of this feud, because he had a feud with Rick Ross at the same time. And he was talking about Rick Ross's house. Like one of the largest houses in the country. And he's like, oh, that looks like a content creator starter home. So many things are wrong with what he just said. First of all, he's a content creator technically, in all sense of the word. He has content that he made on his own, or material that he made on his own. That's content creation. Second of all, like I said, Rick Ross's house is one of the largest houses in the United States and maybe even the world. It's not a starter house, and he should be glad that he has that. I remember when he had a song called God's Plan, and he's giving out money just to random strangers. So what about those random strangers? They probably used that money up. It's probably gone by now. They don't live in a house the size of Rick Ross. It's just weird. It's just weird, strange, goofy, goofy stuff that goes on. So those are the facts. That's the reality. And that's my story. I'm not only sticking to it, I'm sticking with it. So salute to everybody that came in. I see it's at 0. It's for me, it's 0. So salute to you all. I appreciate you, and I should see you sometime tomorrow. Thank you very much. Take care.